For more than 35 years, Italians have been obsessed with the disappearance of Emmanuela Orlandi, the 15-year-old daughter of a Vatican employee who went missing after venturing into Rome for a music lesson. Over the years, many rumors have swirled about what happened to her, including conspiracies tied to the Mafia and the plot to assassinate Pope John Paul II. Before we go further, please subscribe this channel and press the bell icon. Emmanuela Orlandi was the fourth of 5 children to Urkel and Maria Orlandi. Her father worked as a Vatican clerk. At the time of her disappearance, the teen had just finished her second year of high school. On June 22, 1983, Emmanuela left the family's apartment in Vatican City and traveled to the Sant'Apollinare complex in Rome for a flute lesson. On the way to the flute lesson, a man in a green BMW stopped her on the street and offered her money to sell Avon cosmetics, an incident which left her troubled. According to The Spectator, she called her sister, who told her to speak to their parents about it. Once she arrived at the lesson, she was distracted and asked to leave early, around 6:50 p.m. Friends saw her get on her bus home and start talking to a red-haired female passenger, but she never returned home. After 3 days of Emmanuela's missing, the Orlandi family started receiving calls with tips about their daughter's whereabouts. The first came from a man who called himself Piruigi and claimed his girlfriend saw a girl matching Emmanuela's description, playing the flute in the Campo dei Fiori. Another man, Mario, phoned up the family with a similar story. The family then started receiving hundreds of prank and cryptic messages about their daughter, none of them leading anywhere. Hoping to help the situation, Pope John Paul II waded into the case on July 3, 1983, when he made a public appeal for her safe return after a public prayer, saying, "I am close to the Orlandi family." The results of the initial investigation into Emmanuela's disappearance were that she was lured away for sexual motives and then murdered. But with no body, speculation has run rampant over the years. Journalist Pino Nicotri came up with one of the more sensational theories, writing a book that claims Emmanuela was the victim of a satanic sexual orgy organized by certain priests, who then confused investigators by sending in endless tips. According to The Spectator, the biggest break in the case came in 2008, when the former mistress of a gangster named Enrico de Pettis told authorities that he organized Emmanuela's kidnapping at the behest of the controversial American Archbishop Paul C. Marcinkus, the former president of the Vatican Bank. What's more, a traffic warden who had seen Emmanuela speaking to the man with the green BMW the night she disappeared worked to produce a sketch of the man, who looked very similar to de Pettis. Meanwhile, Emmanuela's brother, Pietro Orlandi, spoke out to NBC News, saying he believes Pope Francis knows what happened to his sister. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching.